Hey, what's up everyone? Aaron here with ABTX Outdoors. I am at La Perla Ranch in South Texas, about 30 minutes outside of Laredo, Texas, down here on the border. Last year I shot here and did an interview with Blair and Wes here at the ranch at La Perla. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and take a look at my interview with La Perla Ranch, and then also watch their episode last year of shooting their challenge. I did come back this year to shoot their challenge with my new ELR gun, and wanted to take some time, since I'm on a hunting ranch, to go ahead and do a little video for you guys with some hunting rifles. So stay tuned and let me show you what I got. All right, for this video at La Perla Ranch, I'm going to be shooting two of my hunting rifles, 6.5 PRC and 7 PRC. Two of my most favorite calibers. In fact, the 300 PRC is right there. I love all the PRC family of cartridges. They just shoot flat. You can reload them easily. They're just all around great rifles, whether you're going to shoot long range or take ethical kill shots at animals. So I'm here at La Perla. I'm in their 1,000-yard range. So back behind me here, you'll see their 1,000-yard range setup. It's set all the way from 100 to a little over 1,000 yards. So what I'm going to do today is show you my hunting rifles. Little unique characteristics about these rifles, and it happens to do with the scope, and I'll explain. So the first gun is a 6.5 PRC. This is a Seekins Havoc rifle, and it's shooting the 6.5 PRC 147 grain bullets. It's short barrel. I'm running a Banish 30 cal suppressor on these guns, and the unique feature with this gun is the Huskmal Optic Scope. This scope is actually dialed in for this cartridge. So very similar to what Leopold and Kintec Industries will do for you. It'll laser cut just yardage targets for you, so you just dial to yardage. In a hunting situation, what's the benefit of that? In my opinion, it's just quicker. It might not be as precise as your standard Mills or MOA, which I know it's not. I know in the comments everyone should agree with it. It's not as precise, but I'm here today to show you, can it get the job done? If you have a record buck within 425 yards, are you going to try to look on a piece of little paper you taped on the buttstock of your rifle, or are you simply just going to dial to 425 yards and pull the trigger? So there is a speed factor with that. In the heat of the moment, when you're trying to shoot an animal, whether it's a pig on the run, a trophy animal, trophy deer, this system just seems to me, for little hunting rifles, that's what I'm doing. The second gun is a custom Best of the West rifle. It's their El Topo rifle and a 7 PRC with the exact same scope setup. And I'm going to be running it with the same Banish suppressor. So that's what we're going to be shooting today. And I just want to see what the audience thinks about these two calibers. And then of course, what do you think about these scopes? Instead of your traditional hunting scopes, what do you think about just a dial to turret reticle? You just get your ballistics, they cut them for you, you slap them on. So let's go ahead and see how they shoot. What we're going to do is that we'll shoot them out to 200 yards and go all the way to 1,000 with it and go from there. First up, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and shoot the 6.5 PRC first. I'm going to give it some time to cool down in between shots. I'm going to put the Banish 30 suppressor on it and I'll film it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start shooting. All right. This is the Havoc, Seekins Havoc 6.5 PRC 147 grain bullets with the Huskmal Optic tactical version scope. It is a 20, I think it's 4 to 20 power. I have it on 20. It has an internal bubble level, which makes this scope unique. You don't need an external bubble level. So that's one of the cool features about this scope. It does have that level built into it, which I always thought was really, really neat. I wish other scopes would do that, because it just means one less thing that you have to worry about screwing onto your gun and keeping track of. So again, just Magpul bipod. This is just your standard hunting rifle. You know, short barrel, great for coming in and out of vehicles or deer stands. And that's just the whole purpose of this build, is just to be a hunting rifle. So we're going to start at 200 yards. These scopes are already dialed in at 200 yards as a 0 with the ammo, and the turrets are cut from there. I do have a little measurement on the back to get it to 100, so if I am hunting closer, I know where to dial back the scope for that. But traditionally, these scopes are 0'd at 200 yards, and the reticles are cut for that. All right. We're gonna go for this 200-yard target. They do have a few little impacts on them, but nothing crazy. But this gun is a cold bore shot with this gun, 200 yards. The target is starting to spin a little bit. The wind conditions here today are brutal. I shot the challenge this morning. The winds were insane, and on this range, it's almost a straight up 12 o'clock wind, and I guarantee it's blowing anywhere between 12 to 15 miles an hour right now. All right, straight up hold, aiming for that already bubble impact on the plate, slightly shifting, and impact. All right. All right, the next target, 300 yards. So I'm going to simply just dial to the 3. There is a bullet hole or bullet mark on the center dot. I'm going to use that as an aiming point. Let's see what it does. All right. It's about 105 degrees right now. Luckily, I'm in the shade here, but looks like it hit right where we were aiming. You know, the only caveat I would say with this setup as being a hunting rifle, you do have hop to it, right? It's a lightweight gun. So as soon as I pull the trigger, I have to get right back on it, so I don't get to see the impacts this close. But we're going to continue to run it out and see how it does. All right, 400 yards. It is so windy. I'm not sure if y'all can hear that in the mic or not, but it is windy. So I'm going to go ahead and dial this up to 400 yards. At 400 yards, we have a round plate. It does have an impact already on the 0. So we're going to hold right there on the same 0 of the target and let her fly. Just a tad low, but if that was an animal, it would be dead. And I'm trying to slowly do this. This gun probably hasn't been cleaned as properly as it should be, so don't judge the action on this. For those who have Seekin rifles and Seekin Havocs, you know that these are fantastic. So let me go ahead and switch the other camera to 500. All right, 500 yards coming up. Let's go ahead and dial our Huskmal Optic to 500. I know I hit a little low, but again, we have a very strong 12 to 1230 headwind, probably pushing that bullet down a little bit, so I'm not going to adjust anything on the scope. I'm going to go right by what the reticle tells me. There's also numbers in the reticle on top that give you estimated holdovers for wind. If you have a 5 mile an hour wind, it has hash marks in the reticle where you can actually adjust for the wind. But today, it's just straight up wind. 500 yards. Again, there's already an impact dead center. I'm going to be aiming for that. Another kill shot by all means. Wind pushed me over just a tad bit as it blows here from now what it feels like 11 to 1 o'clock. All right, bear with me. Ooh, man, the wind is picking up even stronger. We're going to 600 yards. What do you think, Hal? What are your thoughts on how this gun's shooting so far? Are they kill shots in your opinion on a whitetail size animal? Even in this windy condition. All right, so this target is a bit skinnier. There's 3 black dots. I'm gonna hold right on the middle black dot. I am gonna favor a little left due to the wind and see where it hits. All right, here we go. Again, the gun jumps. By the time I get back on it, I can't see my impact. So I'll be seeing the impacts the same time you are through the spotting scope. But I know I'm hitting a reference circle this big around. That should be a kill shot. Let me adjust the camera and we're gonna go to the next group of targets to 700. All right, just validated. They told me that not every target is right on the yardage. So this one dialed in at 712 yards. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dial to 7 and just give it one more click over. That should adjust. I'm gonna still hold and favor a little left at this target. And the target that we're looking at is the rectangle on the left. Oh, we got a deer in the background. Oh, some wildlife. It's cleared. All right, we definitely don't want to accidentally shoot one of those. So again, this is a fantastic game ranch. We don't want to mess with that. Making sure that we are clear to shoot now. All right, there is a bright red or pink dot, and then there's a bullet hole right on the left. I'm actually gonna hold on that bullet mark on the left of the bullseye. And hopefully the wind will drift me in. I hit, unless I hit the bullseye or that gun market that I was aiming for, shoot it again. This time I'm going to shoot the little target to the right. Center black dot to the little IPSC target on the right. I'm going to hold left edge of the IPSC. Cooking around, shouldn't do that. All right, I saw off the right edge. This gun's probably heating up. Let me go ahead and be right back. I'm gonna let this cool down just for a little bit. All right, we're back at the 700-yard target. The wind was so bad, I still couldn't see what I hit. So we're gonna reshoot that at 700 yards. I was just gonna move on and just chop it up for, it is what it is, but I wanna try to see the impact. I know I did see the miss on the small target, but that wind is really whipping. So I'm gonna hold a little bit. We're gonna shoot 712 yards is what I got. See what happens. Man, it is windy. All right, I'm hitting it. I just can't see. I can't see where I'm hitting it, and that's I don't know if I'm hitting low, and I think I am. Let me bring it up. I think I'm hitting low. I see two in the grass in the very bottom of the plate. I think I see two impacts right next to each other. Right below that black dot. So let me come up. And shoot again. I hear the report of steel getting hit. And I am at the bottom of the plate. All right, so at the bottom of the plate, that would have been a complete miss on an animal. So maybe this is the limitation of this rifle with this setup. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up to 750 yards and shoot the same plate and see where I hit on it now. One heck of a group I was putting at the bottom of the plate, which is bottom of that black dot, but that wouldn't have killed an animal. All right. 700 yards, going for that center target. I have this Huskmal Optic set for 750 yards. Too high, went over. I'm gonna have to investigate this more once I get my camera set up. So when in doubt, come back down to your zero stop, come back up. There's 7. I'm gonna give it a tad more. I am hitting it, I just can't see it. Shooting at the little IPSC target now. Left edge hold on the IPSC. All right, maybe I've hit the limitations of what this rifle can do, which is fine. This is what the video is about. We're gonna go ahead and go to 800 just for fun. Okay, got the spotter set up. 812 yards. This is probably the furthest I'm gonna shoot this gun out to. Even though 6.5 PRC is a very capable longer distance rifle than this, but in this configuration as a hunting rifle with this optic, this is probably topping out to where it's at. So again, I'm gonna dial to the 8. I know I was hitting low and I ranged it at 812 yards. So what I'm gonna do is favor a little bit up, bring it up one more click. That should be 815. This system isn't at quite quarter MOA. It might be thirds or something different than just quarter MOA that you would have in a Night Force or Vortex. It's a little different configuration, but we're gonna go ahead and shoot it at 800. There's one impact already right under the middle dot. I'm gonna go ahead and hold. I'm gonna hold the top dot and favor left edge of the plate. Maybe give it a little bit more wind. And let's see where we hit. All right, impact. So I was grouping low on that other target, just couldn't see it because of the grass. I'm gonna hold exactly the same at 800 yards. Again, my aiming point is the left edge of the plate, top dot. All right, well, so the question now becomes, would you use this configuration for a hunting rifle? I mean, how many people are making 800, 700 yard shots on a trophy animal? Probably not many. You know, Eric Cortina does a good ethical hunter challenge at 500 yards. You see how difficult that is with very high precision rifles. So can the Seekins Havoc with the configuration of the Huskmal Optic get it done? My opinion, without a doubt. I can get out to 500. You saw me hit vitals all the way out to 500 yards, even 6. Its limitations though is what you got to practice. You got to know what the limitations of any rifle that you're shooting. For this setup, we found it. At 700 yards with a 14-mile-an-hour headwind, the limitations is 700 yards. I'm gonna hit low and completely miss the animal. So, good to know, good data to know. And with that being said, I'm gonna make this a 2-video segment because this goes a little long. So the next video is gonna be shooting the Best of the West 7 PRC here at La Perla Ranch, doing the same test. So stick around and watch that upcoming video. Thank you. Have a good day.
Boots hit the ground, camo on 4 wheels heading out of town. Thermos full rifle clean last night. It's the first day and the time feels right. Got my tag, got my calls, got my old man's grin. It's a sacred kind of silence when the woods settle in. No service, no stress, just the breath of the trees. Me and the cold and the scent on the breeze. Season, baby, lock and load, where the pine trees whisper what the wild ones know.